Should all acquaintance be forgot? Eric
started this recording being, hold on, I have to pull up the lyrics to Old Lang Syne.
I thought it would be funnier to not know the lyrics, Julia. You're right, I have them in front of me, and I still decided, no, it's funnier if I don't know the words.
I thought it would be funnier if I started to sing Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year
to you.
Guys, should we not to encourage binge drinking, because I don't want to do that, but should we come up with some sort of fun champagne-based sipping game for this New Year's after party?
I love this idea.
Mm-hmm.
It is 1 p.m.
Okay. Not for us. I'm sorry, for people
before.
listening. For people
Oh,
listening.
for listening.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I was going to say I'm working on my second tea of the day. But no, I think that's a great idea. I would say sip your alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage every time one of us has a deeply unrelatable opinion. Not going to say who.
Brandon.
Not going to say who.
I'll say it, Brandon.
I love that. All right.
Sip, if you have gone to patreon.com/jointhepartypod to watch the video of this combo pit for free.
Mm-hmm.
I love this idea. So Amanda came up with mine. Now let's each come up with the other people's things. So for Amanda, anytime she brings up let's say, what do y'all think? Either romance novels or the financials of a company.
Like a business jargon thing that we don't understand. I think it should be both. I think we could have multiple triggers here.
Yeah, then take a sip for that.
This one is bigger because it's a video one. So if you're watching the video, the free video at Patreon, go get another liquid that you now need to start drinking out of every time you watch Julia silently react to something the three of us do. Yeah, like that.
She's very good at it.
Yeah.
Every time Julia has a reaction, take a sip. Yeah.
No, you have to go get another liquid.
Oh, you have to go get another liquid. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 10-pin bowling up in here.
And that's what we want. We want more liquids.
I love that.
Great.
Let's see. What should Eric's be?
I think every time he says something like, I've thought about this, and makes it clear that he has a taxonomy or a procedure or a theory about a thing that has never occurred to you to
I love
analyze.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That sounds good.
Or it looks cute.
And then anytime Julia says, stupid, take 3 sips.
Drink the whole thing. Drink your entire hot tea.
Yeah, I think if you get a genuine stupid out of me, they have to finish their drink.
Yeah, that's fair.
I gotta tell you, my barrier for if I'm doing a good job is if I get Julia to emote really hard. Yeah. If Julia cries, I'm like, good job. If Julia's called something stupid, good job for me.
Mm-hmm.
Nailed it.
Here is a very thought-provoking question from, that's the question surgeon, Dr. Michelle Spurgeon, Attorney General.
Attorney General?
Surgeon
General. Promoted.
Surgeon and Attorney General.
Nice.
Surgeon General.
Surgeon General, thank you so much. So Surgeon General Spurgeon says, that was so fun to say, what is something from the past you would like to see return, whether that is fashion, design, architecture, whatever?
Ooh.
Nobody say polio. We are giving people a nice experience in this conversation pit. I want you to keep it nice for them.
I thought you were going to get a stupid from Julia on that one.
No. They're rare. They're far and few between. I know it was almost a thing at the beginning of the pandemic that it came back, but I genuinely want to see it mainstream come back, and that's sea shanties. I'm not just saying that because this is Join the Party and, we did one. But I do genuinely think that they're very, cool and fun songs, and more people should be using them as inspiration for modern music.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I think all electronics need to bring back 90s translucent colors.
Yeah.
I need my iPhone to come in translucent purple, atomic purple.
Oh, dude, that would be so good. I always get black or whatever the normal is because I don't like the colors on iPhones, but I would 100% buy that.
Crystal?
Yeah.
If there was something, or even if it was translucent, and then I could put on a like I need to see the guts. That's the whole thing. Is you got to see the guts of the electronics.
I think that Nintendo really did miss out on a huge opportunity when they didn't like provide a Switch cover that was atomic purple.
For sure.
Eric tried to order like a third-party one, but it involves like soldering and other like kinky shit that Eric and I are not into.
Only Brandon knows that one. Send it to him.
Gimme. If it goes bad, then you have no more Switch Lite.
No, I don't care about my Switch Lite. I don't even use it. I might should just send it to Brandon.
Okay. All right.
I was talking about the little. I didn't even think about the Switch Lite. I was talking about the Joy-Cons. But
that for sure.
They should
also
sell atomic purple
They
Joy-Cons.
should.
100%.
Yeah.
Amanda, you also bring up a great point. Like the crystal, like Pokemon Crystal, like blue clear one.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that as like a color option, but that would be wild. That would be so good.
I mean, they're all sick. Like the orange, the translucent orange, the translucent green, the translucent blue. They're all good. I just want more as much as possible. If I could buy a Mac something, a laptop, and anything that had the shell of the old Mac computers, I would be so happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not out of pocket for them because they used to do that. So, like, I don't know why they should do that for their iPhones. That's
Amanda,
such a good idea.
can I say your idea?
Yes. So what I will say is that this is TMTM. I have not yet been able to make any real movement on this idea, but if you happen to work in small home electronic sourcing, get in touch with me. Eric, go ahead.
Okay. Amanda wants to create a line of smaller crockpots that have translucent outsides and with fake wiring on the inside to make it look even more sick.
That's
Cool.
pretty cool, Amanda.
Okay.
Like,
I don't
think
hate
of
that.
the Instapot. It doesn't have to be all in one. Instapot is done. It's not a slow cooker like my grandma gave me because that weighs 30 pounds and has 10 quarts of space. It is a like personal slow cooker.
Just a little warmer. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And you can like do a little stew if you're meal prepping for yourself for a couple of days, if you're feeding 2 people for like a day and little leftovers, that kind of situation.
They have small crockpots,
They do, but they don't look like this.
but they don't
They
look
don't.
like
And
that.
they're all
Yeah,
matte black,
They are.
which is
Yeah.
Amanda's kryptonite.
I saw
so hard
Matt
to
Black
clean.
Tesla yesterday and thought,
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
That's why Amanda and Binging with Babish are in a fight.
We are. You think you can get fingerprints off a matte black Dutch oven?
No.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't. It's not
No.
possible.
No.
I would like to see from the past the tradition of like, so the way pockets used to be is it used to be just slits in your skirt or your pants, and you wore, typically women would, a pocket like tied around your waist like an apron, but the pockets like dangled under your clothes.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
cool.
pocket technology needs to keep evolving. This is basically like wearing an apron or, you know, a fanny pack or like a tool belt at all times, but it's under your clothes. And like you could just reach in that little pocket. Anything you want could be in there. Like imagine if we're wearing a full length skirt, that pocket could be 4 feet long. Not 4 feet long, 2.5 feet long, 3 feet long. Depending on that's all you want.
It could be 4.5
Start out my
feet.
shoulders.
It could be 4 feet long. You just drag it behind you. It's fine. Yeah.
Think of all the Pringles I have in my pockets.
I can fit a good 3-4 cans of Pringles in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay, I love your crockpot idea, but I think this idea might have more legs. What if you made like tights or whatever with like sewed in pockets like that, like you're describing?
It's almost like a slip, but it's
Yes.
for everything.
Or a slip.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Either of
I
those,
love like a bike short with like a pocket for your phone built in. Like that's great.
Yeah, that would be it.
But I think there's room to evolve.
This feels very cyberpunk to me. I don't know what it is of
does.
like needing to build your own pockets because institutions have failed you in
Yes.
pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Ren Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
No,
that.
no, no, but it's cyberpunk. Like it's modern future.
We
love
should have Ren fairs, but cyberpunk.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they
Well,
have.
they have Time Traveler Day at the Ren Fair typically, and
Oh,
a lot
really?
of people do like Star Trek or
Oh,
Doctor
that's fun.
Who, or it's
I
like
love that.
cyberpunky kind of stuff.
Like, yes, cyberpunk specifically. There was where were we, Eric, in Philadelphia? Somebody was like, oh, yeah, we asked our friend Sophia for recommendations of places to get ramen because it was very, very cold. And she's like, all right, this is my favorite place. This one is closer. This one is good, but I'm going to warn you, it's Blade Runner aesthetic. And we said, Sophia, what do you mean? And then we opened up Google Maps and it was like neon pink and white. And I was like, oh,
I don't
I don't
know
hate that.
if I could be that like assaulted with the future when
Yeah.
I'm eating a ramen egg.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that.
Okay.
It was a
Fair.
lot. Instead, we went to a very traditional ramen place, and it was delish.
Oh, I don't know if I told you this. I got green curry ramen.
Ooh,
The
that sounds
broth
good.
tasted like green curry. It was
That sounds good.
incredible.
I think we need
Yes.
to add an additional one where it's Eric describes a very wild food that he had that was amazing.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I think
that's
that
true.
happens more frequently.
That
So
does.
take
That's
a
a good
sip
one.
if that happens again in the future.
Yeah,
Brandon,
exciting.
can you play the theme song of Eric Describes Wild Food?
yeah, it goes like Eric describes wild food.
And thank you to Arcade Fire for doing the theme song.
Amazing.
Okay,
Vampire Weekend did an alternate cover. So
the thing I want to
Yeah.
the thing I want to bring back from the past is Proletariat Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, already
Proletariat.
happening.
So
It's
it's
already
coming.
happening.
it's coming.
That's the thing. So
Cool.
kill all billionaires, bring back the guillotine.
Mhm.
No justice except for class justice.
Mhm.
Let's go.
I'm not worried that Brandon has put on the fake name Luigi and it's gone around doing stuff. That sounds like something Brandon would do.
Brandon has to have that eyebrow game, though. No offense, Brandon. But
That's true. That's
you
true.
just don't have it.
Yeah, but maybe it's fake. Maybe that's all part of the Fugazi.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Who knows?
Anyone else? Design, architecture. I'd love orangeries to come back. I know they were sort of like
Yeah.
a colonial kind of import from
What's-
India to
what's
Britain.
that?
Now, Brandon doesn't know what that is. I know what that is, but it's describe it for Brandon.
It is a greenhouse specifically made for growing oranges, so that the
Oh, yeah.
Brits could have oranges not imported from their colonized territories.
Brandon, add it to the rich people list.
I mean,
Orange.
obviously.
Yeah, that
Well,
one's
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
an obvious
That's-
one.
But is
That's
that rich, or is that rich people brain rot?
No,
Because
that's
we're-
rich.
the question.
Y'all mentioned it, so I have to say it. My dad has emailed me, and I must share it with y'all
Oh.
Yes. Tom.
today at 5:32 a.m. I
What time
got
is at his time, though?
7:32
Okay, that's not so bad.
Still
a.m.
funny.
Still
It's so
early.
funny.
I got an email from Thomas A. Grugle. That's right, his middle name is A. That just said, and because gloves are for rich people, and it was a screenshot. It was like, so I attached it with a screenshot, so I have no idea what it says. I'm gonna quickly go ahead.
You haven't
and,
even opened it yet?
Oh no, I have, but
Oh, okay.
can I
Again,
share my screen on this?
Yeah, you can.
I need people to. We have not done a Patreon drive for Join the Party in a little while since we brought back No Bad Tuesdays. I
It's true.
need you to join the Patreon and enjoy Brandon's discussion that we've done 2 episodes of, a tier
It's-
list of if things are for rich people or not. I need
I think
you
it's
to do it.
the best Patreon content we've created.
100%. for
Multiple
sure.
people have commented, I joined just for this. You got me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
This is what he sent me.
Uh-oh.
This is so funny.
So,
okay.
Eric, yeah, can you take a stab at this?
What?
I want to.
is
This is a
happening?
political cartoon.
It's not political. It's a comic.
Okay, it looks like a political. It's drawn
It's a
like
dog,
a political
though.
cartoon.
It's a comic strip called Pluggers. If you've never seen it.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's Plugger's winter gloves are long sleeves pulled down over their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. There's so much going on here because I also have Plugger Mail at AOL.com looking at me in the face.
Prominently displayed.
And this was like something that was written in by Ramona et al. From a town in Minnesota. And
I don't think you're like you're doxing her when she sent this to a newspaper.
Yeah.
Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota.
Yeah.
But there is a dog who is an anthropomorphic dog that is standing in for a Midwestern dad.
Yep.
I assume that's what pluggers are.
Yeah, it's like you might be a redneck if, but it's
Yeah.
like you might be a plugger if yeah.
And are they from Minnesota?
I assume it is a Midwest style thing.
I think that's probably a good representation, but I think it's really just kind of like, any dad that's in this vein is like a
I have
plugger,
real like residual Tim Waltz energy from this, so I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
why
Midwest
I even
core.
jumped to
Midwest
that.
core, yeah.
And
Also,
it's just,
Ramona's from Minnesota, so
Yeah.
you know.
right. And this anthropomorphic dog dad is pulling his checkered shirt over his cold fingies
Yep.
as his gloves.
Yep. And because, as my dad said, gloves are for rich people.
I do just want to point out too that this comic was published today that we're recording. So your dad woke up, saw the paper, said, I gotta get on this, and then sent it to you right away.
I also like that he was clearly on his phone because this is labeled as a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also sent me, he was watching, I don't know if he also watched this, but he was watching Only Murders in the Building last night. And there was an episode where Selena Gomez realizes that she's a podcast producer. There's a scene where she's like, I'm a podcast producer.
Nice. Like, Selena, tell me what it means, because no one knows. This is great. Eric also loves to pull his fingies inside his coat, and it looks like a little adorable turtle. And then I hold the bottom of the sleeve so that no drafts get up there.
I'm doing it right now. Look.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So everyone agrees that I'm right. Thank you.
Damn.
No.
Good
Incorrect.
stuff. That was a worthwhile news bulletin. Thank you.
Boop, 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 boop.
If you want to be like Tom A. Grugle, be a patron. He's our oldest patron.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There are the two groups of people who know my work the most outside of the three people here is Brandon's dad and like people who hate woke Dungeons and Dragons on Reddit. Those are the people who are looking into my work the most.
We did it, gang.
I still think about how like on a like a Gamergate adjacent subreddit, that is probably they posted an article that I was in on like Screen Rant from like years ago, and I'm like, that's definitely my most my most discussed art ever is that Reddit post.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's give a little pairing to that thought, Eric, because Mixel91 wants to know, what is something you're really proud of at the moment?
Ooh.
Oh.
Question for the
What
group.
a great question. Thank you for asking that.
Thank you, Mixel.
Yeah.
Not that they're all great, but it's a nice question.
I want to shout out Mixels, who also we don't have a cool nickname for them, but they also submit quite a number of questions for this stuff and for
They're the X
Afterparty.
Factor. Mixel.
Mixel the X Factor.
Wow.
Amanda. Oh,
Wow.
oh, beautiful.
It off.
Thanks, bud.
Mixel 91 the X Factor. Simon Cowell presents Mixel the X Factor. I don't have one yet, obviously, and I can keep thinking about mine. But isn't it crazy? We did the Rolling Bones tour this year.
That is pretty astonishing here on the last day of the year. That's
Eric, is it not your incredible published tabletop RPG that you wrote and now has physical copies of it?
Model Ardations is up there for sure.
I'll put it out there for you.
That's good. If you want to pick it up, Model Our Nations is out there. Selling it at PAX U, it being at my local game store that has been a sponsor of Join the Party for years at 20-sided store in Brooklyn, New York. And now it's distributed with Indie Press Revolution to hopefully get to more cons and bookstores and stuff out there. It's been really nice. But so
hell yeah, dude.
Go pick it up. It's pretty. I think it's pretty.
I've been pretty proud of our office layout. Eric and I spent the last few months like kind of redoing the office. We've been here almost next year 6 years in the spring, which is wild. And so a lot has changed in those 6 years. And we've sort of reconfigured and like decluttered and, redecorated the office to make sure that it's working well for us as we use it now. And like the other day, we had our friends over for like a friend gift exchange. We had like a last minute Thanksgiving dinner here because like a bunch of family plans changed. So it's nice just to have the extra space where it's not like our very narrow apartment to like host, more than one person becomes a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And it's cozy. Today is very rainy and chilly and blustery outside. And I walked in and I was like, this is great. I want to be here. I want to spend time here.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's really nice.
I'm trying to think of things that like specifically aren't work related. Nothing terribly specific. I'm proud of my garden. I have I'm in the overwintering phase of things. So I have some onions that are overwintering, some garlic and shallots that are overwintering. I have some kale plants that will be fine over winter.
Cool.
And I have some fava bean plants for the first time
Nice.
that are growing super well. So, and my relationship with the crows has never been better.
Yeah.
Nice. Cube.
And I have been working on guitars recently. I just sort of fixed up that guy.
Ooh.
In the video, patreon.com/join
pretty.
the party.
There's a space heater in front of it, but you can see it. My next project is going to be, I don't have the tools or the space right now to do actual woodworking, so I can't make the body myself. I have to buy I'm going to build a guitar, but I I have to buy the body kit, so just the body and the neck, because I don't have the tools for that right now.
Can you rent like woodworking space?
You can, but I don't. Then I have to like talk to meet people and shit, and I don't want to.
Brandon doesn't want to meet anyone.
Yeah, that's
I have to like leave my house, you know.
Yeah, no.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So I'm gonna do that next, and I'm gonna like do the finish. I'm gonna do a hand rubbed finish on it. I got my nice bottle of Everclear here for that.
Nice. Hey, Brandon.
Where did you get that?
Okay, guys,
Brandon, if you don't use all of it, you can make some limoncello.
That's
sip
true.
Every time
Ooh.
Brandon reveals a new solvent.
Brandon, I'll send you our limoncello recipe so you can.
Yeah,
try it
please
at
do.
home. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Cute.
Yeah, I use Everclear because you can use like normal alcohol, like 99%, but the fumes just like destroy my brain. So
Yeah.
Everclear doesn't smell bad.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, what is different? What can you do now that you couldn't do a year or two ago? Like in terms of being proud of yourself and your guitar stuff? Or is it more that you like made time for it?
Yeah, I did the hand rub finish on an acoustic guitar that looks great, and everybody will do that. It's called French polishing. It's like a shellac based polish.
Nice.
I'm much better at electronics like soldering and understanding. I'm still not there. It's honestly circuits and electronics design is still really difficult, but I'm getting better at that and understanding it. I know you guys can't see, but I have like white shelves all around the room that are just like filled with pedals, guitar pedals. I think I counted. I have like 110. I think I want to say something like that. And like I built a good like 80 of them.
Wow.
So that's good. But yeah.
Nice. My joke answer is when I spoke to my therapist last, she ended the session by saying, "I'm very strong and brave." And I said,
Nice.
"Thank you, Emily. I'll see you in a month." My real answer is I've been trying to dedicate a lot more time to like writing and stuff like that. And the people that I have shown what I've written to have said it was good. And so I'm proud of that.
That's exciting.
Yay.
We did it, gang.
Folks, we did it.
We did it.
Eric, do you have another answer? Because we sort of we voluntold you about Model Nations.
Yeah.
I like the phrase voluntold.
I mean, your
not
ice
really.
cream game.
Yeah, I mean, it would
Strong.
be ice cream stuff. I mean, the other things I've already talked about here would be ice cream, Model Nations. I'm really happy we did the tour. It's crazy that it feels like it took so long for it to happen, and then we just all did all of it, and then it was like at the beginning of this year, and then we're like, let's do it again, and then life changed.
Yeah.
So now that we're not going to go do live shows and stuff again, it's just like not do.
We'll do another tour.
We're not going to do like. We'll figure it out. But no, I don't know. Just the things. It's all about just like keeping momentum up. I think it's the hardest thing is just getting to do the thing that you want to do and then getting started and doing it. But now I feel like there's a lot of momentum behind me to like do a lot of the stuff that I want to do. So it was really nice doing Model Our Nations and feeling like I've done that to start and like know designers and know people who can help me with those things. And, you know, I started teaching again this year with teaching podcasting, and I'm going to be teaching undergrads in January, which is going to be fun.
Cool.
I bought my car this year, which was cool. And even though it was really busy, I'm glad I did it. And knowing that like I had the finances to do that was nice. We also named the car. I've settled on it. It was Amanda's suggestion, but it is Donkey Car.
Nice.
Oh,
Solid.
fuck, Amanda, just fucking batting 1,000 over here.
Thank you.
Very
good.
cool.
And that's when we got Anthony Bellucci's pizza. That was the first thing we did with the car, which was sick. But no, I don't know.
RIP.
Just trying to keep doing things just trying to keep momentum up and keep everything moving. Like there's a lot of stuff that I'm excited about that should happen early next year too. But, you know, I mean, who knows what the future is going to look like now. So it's like, I don't know. But really just trying to stay in the present and just keeping every day, you know, moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a very good thing to be proud of, is keeping momentum up despite, you know, the horrors and the uncertainties.
Yeah.
Yep.
And no one trying to make it easier. It's just how is things going to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated or not. So
Yeah.
I love that.
Hello, it's Amanda, where I have graduated from just an electric blanket to electric blanket with heating pad and fuzzy socks. That's right, I am as cozy as it is possible to be. If you have joined our Patreon in the last 2 weeks, thank you so much. We're going to thank you next week by name because right now we are all taking some time off and sipping on some seasonal beverages. However, Multitude is never going to let you pass some time unaccompanied by voices in your ears hanging out with you while teaching you things, because Pale Blue Pod is an incredible astronomy podcast that is a member of the Multitude Podcast Collective and really designed to help people that are overwhelmed by the universe be the universe's friend anyway. And don't you want to be that? Astrophysicist Dr. Moya McTeer and a new guest each week demystify space one topic at a time. By the end of each episode, Dr. McTeer's promise to you is that the cosmos is going to feel a little bit less scary and a lot more cool. So look up Pale Blue Pod in your podcast app or go to palebluepod.com to read more about the show. We are sponsored this week by Catan. Yes, the publishers of Settlers of Catan, a board game that if you know people and then you say you're into board games, they're like, oh, I played Catan once. Like, that's incredible. And it is such an important entree into board gaming for so many people. But they have way more than just Settlers of Catan, okay? They have an incredible game called Starfarers, which is an epic science fiction board game. It involves some of the like randomized roles and event cards and like playing out diplomacy that you may love from, I don't know, D&D or this podcast, but they also have so many more things. They have standalone games, they have variants, they have this incredible thing called New Energies that keeps selling out, and they're kind of annoyed about it because they're like, oh my God, it's selling out so much, but it's so much fun. And they also have Catan Junior, by the way, a family game where both adults and younger children can have fun together. There's so many things to explore, and they were kind enough to give us a discount code for Join the Party listeners. So if you go to catanstudio.com and use the code Join the Party, you can get 10% off your order. That's catanstudio.com. The promo code is Join the Party. And now let's get back to the show. This was a prompt that I found very fascinating from No Hugs, Just Bugs, among some of the top tier usernames in our Discord, by the way. If y'all could do a thesis on a very specific niche topic or argument, what would you want to do and become the leading expert on? And then Bugs adds, currently preparing for my preliminary exam, so it's literally all I can think of. Oops.
Here's my hot take. I don't think I want to be the leading expert on anything.
Why not?
Because the idea of like, think of any leading expert like on the internet in something, Brandon.
But you don't have to be on the internet.
I know, but like you probably are, right? That's just the nature of who we are as people right now.
Julia, let's reframe it. What if like you were a grand maester of something, like from Game of Thrones, or you lived at the top of a mountain, there's someone needed to consult with you in a monastery?
Yeah.
I think then my answer is what I always say my mundane superpower I would want to be is, which is like plant identification, like being able to look at a plant, immediately know what the plant is, and then also know like this is what you can use it for, this is what it's like folk tradition medicine is used for, this is what it like, represents in certain folk tradition. Like that's the kind of stuff that I would be like, and I could eat this or it will kill you, like immediately know exactly what I can do with it. Love it.
You'll know what chartreuse is made out of.
Yeah. I could just look at it and be like, I know all 130 herbs and spices that went into this.
That's a lot of herbs and spices.
Yeah.
That's what KFC started as, and then they pared it down to 11.
Yeah, they were like, we can't rely on a recipe from just 2 monks. We got to pare it down if we want to go nationwide.
Here is your bingo card. You can sip as I talk about the finances of a company that you guys don't know about, which is I can very much picture like a slide from the Boston Consulting Group or something that like essentially costs like $4 million to commission a study, and then the slide is like 131 ingredients. No. Streamline 4 ingredients. Yes. Yes. They're like the cost savings.
I love that. I think mine would be pizza dough. I think I would be the world's leading expert in pizza dough.
Right.
I find it very funny that it's just you in Seattle. Well, everyone in Italy's pissed at you about it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Goddamn right. Hot take, best pizza? It's here. That's pizza dough. It's here. It ain't in Italy.
Ooh.
In the U.S. or in
Where?
Seattle?
Where?
You're
In
not
the US,
talking
in the
about.
US.
I was like,
Okay.
you're not talking
I was
about
like,
Seattle,
No,
right,
no.
Brandon?
I'm like, why is there sick pizza in Seattle?
Why haven't we been yet? Yeah.
Well,
Brandon,
except for
next
on my
time-
roof. But
Yeah. Next time you're in New York, we have to go to Stretch, which is the Wiley Dufresne pizza.
I
place.
went. Remember? I
Oh,
told you.
I forgot
went with,
about that. I'm
yeah,
so
I went
sorry.
with Lauren.
Never
It was very, very good. Yeah,
It was really
but
good.
I will go again.
Yeah, they're doing slices in December, like as like a little like pop up selection, and you can get like a bunch of different types of slices, and then also you could upcharge and just get freshly sliced black truffle on top.
Oh
Fuck
my
yeah,
God.
man.
And I said, Wiley Dufresne, you crazy for this one?
There's
And
one-
the thing that I think
there's one in Williamsburg now. I think
Yeah.
it's opening. Yeah.
Cool.
Soon.
Okay.
If not now.
Okay.
the thing that normal people don't know about pizza dough and like the stuff that only insane people read about is like there's a pizza forum called pizzamaking.com. I forget what it's called, but it's like just for
Creative.
people who make
Innovative.
pizza. It looks like it's from 96.
Great.
But like there's like hardcore science in this. Like there's like people have gone to like measure the thickness of dough, cooked dough per style. So it's like, if your New York is, a couple millimeters off, it's like you're out of style. And like, there's like lots of stuff about this that like, yeah, it's really fun and interesting. I'm going to open a pizza restaurant. Just wait till I'm old.
That'd be cool.
Sounds great.
I always joked that would be Jake and I's like little retirement project is we'd open one of those like mobile pizza trucks that you could like hire for weddings and parties and stuff.
I love that. Yeah.
It'd be really fun.
That's awesome. And that is a good way to frame this question, or like a version of this question too, is like what niche forum from the late 90s that still has like a .net in it would you be a regular or a moderator in?
Every one of those forums has like a legend.
Oh, yeah.
So like you would be that legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like in speedrunning, they'll name different moves and, ways that you can shave time
Oh,
off and
yeah.
discoveries after specific streamers. And it's just like an adorable like taxonomy that I love to overhear.
Yeah, that's great.
That's very cool.
What about you, Eric? A thesis, a world record holder, a hermit at the top of the mountain.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. The thing is that I feel like I do that already with our jobs.
You're the best
I think
GM in
I've-
podcasting?
And yeah, being the best GM in podcasting. So it's like, taking care of ourselves as a business, as a creative business, as a media business, and dealing with podcasting, especially with the pivot to video, trying to stay strong and tell people about that.
Wait, is this what you're choosing to be an expert of all time in?
No, I'm saying I'm already that, Brandon. And I feel like that I've scaled back on my other things that I care about and are not pursuing total enlightenment in those things.
But I think the spirit of the question is like, what niche interests? I know podcasting's niche, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the niche? It's not like business, Like, what's the niche thing that you're into,
I don't think it has to be realistic. I don't think you have to feel bad that it's not something you're pursuing right now. Like if you wanted to be the like Frogger world record holder. Or
I
whatever,
just
like,
said I
you
had
could.
the superpower to look at any plant and know what's
that
up.
was cool. That's pretty good.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't have to be like a thing
yeah.
that you're currently skilled at right now. Like, I'm okay at identifying trees.
Yeah.
I can't do like any plant.
Recently in the Join the Party patron only Discord, which you can join at patreon.com/join the party pod, someone was like, hey Eric, I'm gonna write about like golems and how they relate to robots and like an early art like recommendations, and you were like, hold my beer.
Yeah,
I think that is a good example.
I have to do that. I never came back to that.
Now, did everyone else just think about Julia going outside and saying, that's a tree? That's a tree.
I bet I can identify
That's a
different
bush.
types of trees. God
That's
damn
a plant. That's a tree.
That's grass.
I would love to. I would like to be known for the ability to determine structural integrity of sandwiches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
man.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
I need to be brought in as a consultant to tell people when they're putting too much sauce on sandwiches.
Too wet, too dry.
Too
That would
wet.
be
Oh,
such-
it's always too wet, Julia. It's always too
I
wet.
would debate that it's sometimes too dry.
I wish I could.
What are we
get
talking about?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Famously, I don't like sandwiches, and it's because a lot of times they either too soggy or too dry, never in between.
I feel like they're almost always too wet. It's like I feel like I'm a coroner in like CSI Miami. It was like no one calls me in for good news. It's like, no one calls me in when sandwiches are too dry. They always call me in because when they put 3 sauces on something and then the whole thing explodes.
That would be a really cool job to be like the sandwich consultant. Anytime anyone opens a restaurant or a sandwich shop, they call you and like you go in and consult on the menu and then peace out.
Yeah, and I'm like, you don't have to call me, but don't come crying to me when everyone has coleslaw on their laps.
Exactly.
And then I put my glasses on and go, yeah!
That's a very good one. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have an answer. I think so. We all know about Mr. Fornino, the man from which I get all my tomato seeds every spring.
Yes.
And he is like a tomato expert. He has like hundreds of tomato varieties that he grows, some of which are original to him. He's in this whole like postal network of like exchanging seeds so people can like grow them and like make them more hardy without like waiting for individual grow zones in their homes.
He plays tomato by post.
He does. And I think it'd be really fun to be that for a different kind of food. Because like tomatoes, that's been well trodden. It's my babe's favorite food. That's why I grow them. But I feel like maybe like citrus, like a weird new citrus or something,
sure.
or like pomegranates. But having like the Amanda cultivar of that plant and knowing that like people are like, oh, you got to get this one. And it's, you know, like has life beyond me, you know, in like hundreds or thousands of people's gardens all around the country or the world would be very cool.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey, let's try to get like a lemon named after Amanda.
Right?
Let's do that.
That'd be awesome.
Amanda, an apple. Have you considered?
Don't do that.
Ooh, heirloom apple.
Don't do that.
Amanda, just give like $5,000 to Cornell, and I think you'll be fine.
I think yes, you're right.
Yeah.
A
minder lemon, Myranda lemon.
McLoughlin lemon.
McLapple. I'm sticking with it.
It's pretty good. I wonder what the Riverside captions will do to that.
Ooh.
I have my first lemon coming very shortly, very soon.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Like
You make
ever in
limoncello
your
with it?
life?
Ooh. What'd you say, Eric?
Like ever in your life, you're gonna try.
Ever.
Is Lauren gonna take a video of you, but as like one of those babies trying lemon for the first time? And Freddie going, yo.
And again, another excellent silent reaction from Julia. So I hope you're sipping along at home.
So you have 3 drinks now. 3 drinks.
Yep. Speaking of which, similar to the question we began with in our last conversation pit, but this is Helen's question about your favorite seasonal thing to do during the winter. And I am just going to get up on my conversation pedestal for a minute and say that I think it's very important to lean into winter activities, especially post New Year's, because it feels like you got through all the holidays, and from like back to school to Halloween to U.S. Thanksgiving to the winter holidays, like they're all in a row. And then January rolls over and can be really easy to be like, oh no, like what
It's
what
bleak.
left? So I think it's especially important to focus on like fun seasonal things that you can do during the winter.
So sorry, say the question one more time for me.
What is your favorite seasonal thing to do during the winter? From Helen.
Seasonal thing during the winter. Okay. So
I'm
not
gonna-
necessarily post-holiday, but okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say wear layers. Go buy and wear winter things.
Great.
And things you can only wear when it's cold out, because then you'll have cool fashions for all seasons. New thing, as an adult, you need to have fashions for all seasons. And because then you'll feel good. And then you're not just waiting for time to pass for you to have good fashions in the seasons that you have. You need to have cool sweaters just as much as you have cool sheer tops and tank tops.
I was trying to think of like an outdoor activity, because my biggest hurdle whenever it's winter is I hate being cold. It's my least favorite thing in the world. I would always rather be too hot than too cold kind of person. I know it's a controversial statement. I know.
I didn't think that Julia would be the one saying something totally insane, but take a drink, everybody.
However, there is one outdoor activity that I love to do when it's cold, and it's a specific Long Island activity, and it's going to see the harbor seals over by the beach. It's the only time I will go hike out in the freezing cold. It's because the harbor seals are most active when it's cold in our area, and they're so cute when they pop their little heads out of the water, and they're like, oh.
That's cute.
Cute.
That's really cute. Oh man, this is difficult. Wintertime activity. I mean, like a good Christmas market or like a holiday market where you walk around, get some hot chocolate or cider or whatever, mulled wine, look at all the wares, get some fun foods. That's always good. I like skiing but I ski for like an hour or two and then I get tired. So
Yeah.
Brandon,
and I'm not good at it, so I fall.
You can sit on a couch in front of a fire.
You could après ski.
I could après ski, and I could before ski too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, yeah, baking, obviously.
Yeah, my answer is definitely like involved multi-hour or multi-day cooking and baking projects.
Yeah.
Like making chicken stock or, doing recipes. We did stuffed cabbage a couple of years ago. We should do that again.
Oh, sick.
Of just like, things that can take a couple of days and, making sourdough or whatever it is. Our apartment, like most, heats up a lot in the summer and it feels so wasteful and just like a bad idea to crank the oven when it's hot outside. So especially when it's dark, especially when when it's cold, and also when it's dark outside and I'm going to be in my home because my body says go be safe in your den. But it's like 5 o'clock and I want to do something. I can spend a whole evening like making an elaborate focaccia or stock or something like that.
Yeah.
Or soup.
Soup season, stew season is so good.
Here's a hot food take. Do y'all like soups? Do y'all like soups?
Yeah.
Just
Sure.
in general?
Yes, we're pro soup.
Yeah.
You all pro soups? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you just saying we're wrong?
judgmental.
Are we just saying you're wrong? What's happening
Do
here?
you not like soups?
Brandon
I
likes
do
stew,
like
not
soups.
soup, right?
Well, I much prefer a stew for sure.
Okay.
And if I'm making something that's going to be a stew, because I like the chunks.
Yeah.
I don't not like soup. Like soup objectively is delicious. Soup as a food, it like doesn't make sense to me. It's like it's like a liquid that I'm eating, and I don't really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Is it because you have to eat it with a spoon out of a big bowl that dissipates heat really quick?
I
Not out
don't
of a
know
cup?
exactly. It's like I think it's the form. It's like it's a liquid versus a solid thing that I don't like.
That's
Maybe
fair.
it's just not satisfying enough or something.
I don't
but
like blended soups because it's not chunky. So I'm with you. In
Yeah,
that way.
I like the chunks.
I like the chunks as well, for sure.
Yeah.
Again, patreon.com/jointhepartypod. Join the party. Julia is giving big question brows. Now, guys, the point of soup is to dip bread in it.
That's true.
So
yes, I agree with that completely.
I in no world would I ever eat a soup without a bread or bread product right next to it.
If that's the case, then soup is delicious. I like it. Yeah.
I'm now having a thought that I've been realizing this entire time that I've never been bold enough to say.
Okay.
Amanda, we need to buy some Chinese-style soup spoons.
Yeah.
have
That's a
in our
great
house.
idea.
Like a ramen spoon or
Yeah.
something
Ramen
like
spoon,
that. Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, and I
Yeah.
especially like we got really good pho and really good ramen in Philly when we were there for PAX U, and we and I just had Roberto, which Amanda made for me, which
We
is
had hot pot recently.
and hot pot
Yeah.
as well. Roberto is
You can't. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't just say Roberto like without explaining.
Roberto
what
is the
fuck that
name of a soup invented by food writer Helen Rosner that is a sausage, tomato, kale, white bean soup. It's really
She invented that?
yes.
What? That's crazy.
It's like a distillation of many kinds and genres of food. It's like a very beautifully written recipe. It won like a lot of awards. And to this day, you will see a girlie walk into a supermarket and say, "I need kale and hot spiced Italian sausage." And I go, "You're making Roberto. I know you are."
Every time. Yeah.
That's great.
And I wish that I had a bigger spoon.
Okay.
And like it's like I needed fork and spoon at the same time, or if I need like spoon and chopsticks, even for any soup.
We can do this.
I think that's part of it. So I think that getting Chinese style ramen spoons might help there.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's for me. It's not an apple situation where like apples don't taste bad, but apples are boring, and I would prefer not to eat them raw.
So you're so wrong. Incorrect.
And like but I love the flavor of them. Like I think like an apple flavored thing is one of my favorite things.
I don't understand. It's,
Go on.
The more you explain, the more confused
The more
I
it makes
am.
just no sense. Yep.
Although apple pie is probably my least favorite pie, but pie is still
probably.
better than all cake. So
Yeah.
can
Brandon
we
said
move
one
on?
thing I agreed with. It's
Can
okay.
we move on now? Brandon is intentionally goosing everyone's champagne.
Well, he's making
No,
everyone have to drink their
these
champagne.
these are my honest takes here.
Yeah.
I believe you.
It's
is the
not
scary
that
thing.
situation for soup. Soup is always if soup is made good. Soup is always delicious. I just don't. It's never satisfying to me.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Big disagree. Big disagree.
All right. Julia, tell me about your favorite soups. What are elite soups for you?
I'm a big fan of all soups, really. I am huge into ramen and something like the ramen equivalent. I love a tumka which is like a coconut chicken soup with a little chili oil and usually some sort of like mushroom or something like that. I can never pronounce it in the Greek, but the lemon chicken rice soup that you can find at most.
Avocado,
something like that. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's
Brandon,
it's
you said that,
extremely
and
good.
the guitars are levitating behind you.
Oh, interesting. I love a traditional, like the Anthony Bourdain, like cream of mushroom soup. I'm a huge fan of that one. I like a French onion soup as well. Classically, my one like meal that I would eat for the rest of my life is Progresso macaroni and bean soup. I have since I've elevated that as an adult, but it was like the one like safe food that I had as a kid. So I still occasionally like just have cans of it in my cabinet in case it's like I have no energy day, but I need to eat some food.
That's sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, I just soup, man. Fucking soup.
Soup.
Good
Julia,
shit.
you have in fact invoked the X factor because Mixel91 would like to know if you could only eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Progressive macaroni and bean soup.
Mine would be chicken pad thai or probably tofu pad thai actually, with like a shitload of peanuts and bean sprouts.
Are you and Lauren the same human?
Yeah.
No.
You
We're
two
different sizes.
You two are similar. You two are the most similar people on this show. Brandon and
Although
Amanda.
Lauren hates bean sprouts, so she does not want the bean sprouts, but she does specifically like extra peanuts. Like she like drowns in peanuts.
I mean, it's the best. That's the best part.
and her
pad thai.
one of her favorite foods is pad thai. It probably is her favorite food. Yeah.
So good.
You guys just did an episode of
I know.
on the multi-crew channel. Join the multi-crew. Multi-crew
And I
club.
made it.
We
I-
are plugging so much in this
Fine,
episode.
fine.
I'm
It's
so
a new year.
sorry.
It's a new year.
It's New Year, yeah.
Eric,
Yeah, Eric.
Brandon.
Oh, I have my answer then. So while Eric's thinking, number one with the bullet, no question, macaroni and cheese. Would eat that every day, every meal if it wasn't horrible for me.
Brandon, that's the question I would ask a clone to figure out which of you to shoot.
That's why I always say I'm not going to make I don't always say it, but in my head, I'm like, I don't think I want to make a pizza restaurant. I want to make a cheese restaurant where it's like, it's a pizza restaurant, but I also have macaroni and cheese and like grilled cheese and like cheese plates and like, it's like a haven for cheese, you know?
Love it.
The thing is, I could do like 10 different dishes for the rest of my life. I really could. You could give me pizza. You could give me sushi. You could give me burgers. You could give me ramen. Like, I could just do it. I could do a sandwich. I can do an Italian. I don't even like it that much, but I'm like, if I eat an Italian sandwich every day for the rest of my life, I just do it. It'd
You
be
don't
fine.
like an Italian sandwich that much?
I feel weird about pork products still. They're not.
Right.
I don't know how to process them very
Yeah.
much so. So I still think that like if you me giving an Italian sandwich that doesn't have the proper amount of dressing and vinegar to combat the amount of Italian meats you put on,
Sure.
I'm like, I don't. No, thank you.
Yeah,
but
I get that.
like. I think I'd be all right with a bunch of stuff, honestly. Like, I don't even, I was even complaining to you about this because, like, I don't even like burgers that much anymore. Drink. Everyone drink. But because the smash burger.
I'm sorry, shut the fuck up. I'm crazy for the Apple thing, and you just said I don't like burgers?
that much.
Let me finish. The smash burger craze. Now, everyone is doing smash burgers, and really all they do is taste like grease if you do them badly. Where they more concentrated.
Oh no, burger grease. It tastes
no,
so
the worst
bad.
But
flavor
it
ever.
just tastes like grease. I don't want it to just taste like grease when I'm eating my big sandwich of burger.
He's just not that big a John Travolta fan.
I would much rather at this point with everyone doing it, I'd much rather come back and get like a third of a pound of a burger. A big chunky burger than
Like a pub style burger kind of thing.
yeah, than smash burgers because they're super greasy. Even like places that are like well known in New York City for doing a really good job. I'm like, this tastes just like burger grease. I can't. I honestly can't.
It's
And
just
I
like
say
a different.
one more, please.
Yeah, I'd say
Yum,
give me
yum,
both
yum.
of them. Yeah.
But even like, I do fried pickles too. I do
You would eat fried pickles for every meal?
for every meal. I would eat tuna salad. I could do as well. There's a lot of stuff I could do.
Oh my god.
Take a sip. Julie did a
Jesus.
All right.
Sounds great.
Let's-
Sam is great. Yeah.
Everybody answer. Let's back away from the ledge here, my friends. And
No. Dive.
this is a question from Ginger. Do you have a comfort media that you think more people should know about? So music, movie, TV that you put on, or a book, I guess, and you think more people should know about it. And I like the framing of this question, too, because it's not like, oh, the thing that, like, obviously all of us put on when we're, feeling whatever. Like, what do you do that you think more people should know about?
I think mine, I go through different cycles of like thing that I'm like, this is going to make me feel better. Right now, it's the anime Haikyuu.
Oh, yeah.
Classic Julia.
Because it's just like the stakes are so low. It's so formulaic. I can like pay attention, but not really pay attention to it. But it's just like uplifting in the way of like, yeah, they might have lost, but they're still like doing okay. And like, they're just boys living out their dreams.
And you're like, sob.
You're
Yes,
like,
thank you.
Yeah.
I love this volleyball anime so much.
Yeah. It's so good.
So
it's
funny.
so good.
I would like to entreat everyone to actually watch Adventure Time. Actually go watch it.
Yeah.
Because I think also with the IP slopification of everything, we've talked about that quite a lot. Adventure Time is super popular, but I think it was at the advent of IP turning into product, where like, how Hot Topic has so much of it, and like so many of these like Instagram shops have like Adventure Time clothing and whatever, and it going on Tumblr. I want to entreat people. It's just sitting on HBO. Go watch it. Just actually watch it. It is so weird and so good that if you haven't returned to it, or you think that it's been claimed by fandom too much, I would encourage people to actually go watch the show.
I also think that I think more television shows should be like 32 episodes a season, but each episode is like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh, no,
Like-
that's wrong.
Well,
Brandon's supernatural pilled. Remember, he loves.
I need 28 episode seasons, but not 10 minutes each.
keep in mind, no, I said 32 episodes. But
I know.
keep that in mind. When you have that's 16 episodes, which is still like pretty good for a season.
It is good, but not enough episodes.
Brandon wants 100 episodes, and each one is 48 minutes long.
See,
I know what
look,
you want.
Look, anyone who's not the age of 30 plus or whatever, TV seasons used to be like, I think it was 26 episode seasons.
Like 24, yeah.
26 episodes!
There was a
lot.
reason that they had a television show called 24, because they would do hour-long episodes of a 24-hour period.
That's true. It's pretty good.
I love Downing all of them. It's nice. Go
Yeah.
watch it.
It's tough for me to answer because I am not a big rewatcher, excuse me, at all.
But your media can be like music. Like, is there an album that you put on as a comfort thing, or like?
The only comfort albums I have are like, I'm feeling very genuinely depressed and I don't want to feel better albums. And like, I don't know that I want to share those.
Fair, fair. Hey, that's
allowed.
fair. That's private.
Something's just for us.
Yeah. But I think something that is genuinely very comforting is, and I know it's not unique, but rewatching the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
There's something really nice about it. Really does take you out of the reality. Like it's really immersive, which is wonderful. And the good guys win and the evil is like evil. There's no complexity. Like sometimes it's nice to just be like, good guys win, the little guy wins, and the evil is evil. And yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful to watch. And it's, let's see, 12 hours long.
Love it. That's awesome.
Sometimes you just want to watch a siege on a city.
Yeah.
Like, you
sometimes
just want
do.
action. Give me action movie thing. Give me this massive epic thing. For sure.
And for me, it's probably rewatching TV shows of my youth. So that'll be like a CSI, House, X-Files, many seasons, many episodes. You get to sort of like have it on. But my
26
my main
episode
one,
seasons, 24 episode seasons.
something like that, yeah. And my main one is obviously Elementary, the greatest detective procedural of all time, that everybody should watch.
Honestly, I need to watch that, but I would like it.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that it was called House MD because his name is House and it's like Sherlock Holmes?
And he lives in Maryland.
And he lives at 221B Baker Street.
You know it actually is because it's Sherlock Holmes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what do you? What's the?
So
what do
his
you,
name is Dr. House, and because it's like Sherlock Holmes.
House and home are similar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
You did know that? Okay. Amanda
No,
didn't know that.
I did know that. I was just confused about what Eric was saying.
It's because Amanda didn't know that, and I like saying
Amanda
it.
texted me while in Philadelphia. Was like, "Did you know?" I'm like,
In a
"Yeah,
restaurant bathroom."
sweetheart."
And
Girly pop.
Julia was very, very kind. She's like, I'm so glad you know this now.
Yeah, I said that's such an Amanda fact, and you're like, but I didn't know. I'm like, but now you do, so it's such an Amanda fact.
Yes,
That's really cute.
you did a great job in a difficult situation, and I was so mad.
It was really funny. Amanda was pissed. I told her to her, and she had to take a few minutes.
Pissed and peeping.
Wow.
It's true.
Wow. I didn't tell her while she was in the bathroom.
No,
You didn't, but she told Julie
Yeah.
while she was in
Yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I said, hang on, got a text in the group chat of me and Julia about what's happening right now. Incredible. And then I thought we would close on again, new us, new year, looking for things to fill the void and the days. Who are your current favorite musicians/songs? Is a question that Moss, a sentient rock, wants to know.
Great question.
I have been on an extreme rap hip hop kick recently. Doechii, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, all of these artists have put out incredible albums just in the last few months. And I would say I highly, highly recommend listening to any and all of them. But I love like Frank Ocean. I love obviously Childish Gambino, who's like a little bit, on the fringes. But I love it so much. And those are albums that I listen to start to finish and don't like pop around different songs.
Oh, that's a good question too. You must say if you're an album listener or a song listener or like a playlist solo. What do you call single listener?
Yeah. I'll do all kinds of playlists of like Chapel Roan, Millennial Adjective, go with like whoever shows up on that playlist as well.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
I will always shout out the Mountain Goats, of course, and especially because when you buy vinyls and you can actually hear the Mountain Goats are the ones where, especially with more modern albums that are now being pressed on vinyl now that vinyl is like a thing, you can actually hear that it sounds different on the vinyl. And I know that like Spotify's audio quality is garbage. I know that, but it's really hard for me to hear with some other, maybe just from the way, and Brandon can explain it to you. But I really find that the Mountain Goats vinyls sound different, and I really like that.
Their early work, they also like recorded onto tape decks and like made it sound shittier, so to speak. And so especially like all of that noise, you definitely hear way better on vinyl.
You hear the guitars and the pianos more.
Yeah.
Like instead of it being kind of mixed together.
Probably because you're listening on speakers as opposed to headphones. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice.
Sabrina
Sorry.
Carpenter. There's been a lot of Sabrina Carpenter on repeat in my household. Chapel Roan, of course. I got into Girl in Red recently, which I'm
What's that?
very enjoyable. Just an artist. She's done a couple of cool songs. I like her stuff quite a bit. I also really like a band called Kid Sister, but there's no there's no E at the end of the Kid Sister, so it's sister but with a TR.
Nice.
They're very fun. They have a song that I think is called like Kid Sister or something like that. And it's very fun and very cute, and it's very like queer punk girly rock band out of California.
Oh,
And
that's fun.
They're adorable.
Nice.
For me, I'm listening to this band called Michigander. Sort of in the vein of like Manchester orchestra type vocals, but like poppy or rock. It's good. You should listen to it.
Nice.
There's a band called Inhaler. They have an album coming out called Open Wide that's sort of U2-y in a modern way, which is fun.
Cool.
Obviously GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Jesus Christ, that album is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
The Cure came out with a new album, which was wonderful.
Oh, weird.
Ooh.
Songs of a Lost World, surprisingly good.
Damn.
A band called Wildorado that I found or I didn't find them, but I heard them.
You discovered.
No.
A&R
An album
night
called
job.
Talker, which is a very good album, sort of not quite alt country, but in that sort of like folky alt country vein. And then my one love, Windsor, which I've been listening to, Windsor and Briston Maroney. Very good.
Hell yeah, dudes.
Nice.
One of my best albums of the year, I guess. Well, not from this year, but my one I listened to the most, and I think one of my favorites is. You guys remember Shaky Graves, who did that one song that everyone knows? He has an album called Movie of the Week that was supposed to be a soundtrack to an indie movie that he was making. Like he was hired to do the soundtrack for it. The movie didn't end up being made, so he just took like those fragments of ideas and songs and made an album with it. And it's like this like really beautifully cohesive album with like really strange, interesting ideas, but also being like hugely emotional. So really good album. I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for an album listening experience.
That's really dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, folks, I hope this gives you all kinds of new music to be listening to as you celebrate the new year. Sip safely, be responsible. We are so grateful that you spent so much of your 2024 with us and look forward to spending many, many more hours together as we give you, I'll say, some of the best podcasts we've ever done coming into 2025.
Wow.
Woo!
Dang.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. See you soon.
Happy
New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
May all this